fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. Today I have a video that I've had a couple of requests for, so I thought since I had some time I would do this. Okay, so I have had lots of questions from people about how you recognize trash drills versus good drills, etc., etc. So I thought I would just give you kind of a little tutorial, and I have picked out black drills because black is one of the ones that has the most trash in any kit that you get, and I have them in squares and I have them in rounds. So I'm going to start off with rounds, and you can see here I've got a light pad. This works better if you have a white or a clear tray. In fact, I have a clear tray right here, so let me just clean it out a little bit and make it available because it's got some drills in it. Okay. It's just a little bit easier to see with the clear tray. You can see it's a little bit more transparent than this one. So I'm just going to pour out some drills. And then I'm going to show you what I look for when I'm diamond painting. And I'll try to zoom in on some of these so you can see. So first of all, when you shake this, you pour your drills in and you kind of shake it. So you can see already I've got this piece of trash right here, which is just a little drill that didn't fully form. So I'm going to not use that, obviously. And then I want to get all my drills lined up as much as I can. Because when you get them lined up like this, this is going to show you where your trash drills are. And actually, most of those look pretty good. So what you're looking for is drills that don't line up well, or that cause gaps, because there might be something in that gap that you can't see with your eyes. Like, I'm going to try to get these to fall down a little bit more. So really all I'm seeing in this one is this. So let me dump these drills out and get some more to see if I can find some trashy ones for you, because that's kind of the whole point. Here I am hoping for trashy drills, which is kind of crazy, but okay. So you can see again, just on dumping it out, I've got another one of those kind of little pieces. So I'm going to shake this because I want them to settle in the grooves as much as I can. And then I'm going to tilt it and get as many of them as I can to fall to the bottom. So you can see here that some of them are not sliding all the way. I've got these gaps. That could be an indication that there's something wrong with this drill, that it's not sliding. Not necessarily, but it could be. So then I'm going to set this down, and while it's on my light, and I'm going to zoom you guys in here a little bit so you can see. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing there. So I'm just going to kind of look through these drills and see if I have any that look kind of malformed or not quite the right size. And if they are, then I would pick them out and put them in my trash. So like, I would pick out this little piece, which sometimes is easier to do with your pen than a pair of tweezers, and put it in my trash pile. And then I would look through these and see, do I have any, like this one right here? It's not quite the same size and it's not quite perfectly round. So I would pick it out. And again, this may be easier to do with a pen. And then I will put it in my trash so that it's not in there for me to use. And let me dump some of these out again, because I have so many in the tray. Okay, so again, I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to shake it, get as many as I can in the grooves, and then I'm going to tilt it and get them down to the bottom. And then anywhere I've got a gap, I'm going to kind of look. Like this particular drill, the reason it didn't fall all the way down is because it's a little bit too big. So I don't want to use that one, so I would pull that one out. Sometimes they may just not be sliding perfectly in your tray, so that may be okay. You can see right here, here's one that's too small. So I would pick that one out and put it in my trash pile. And then I would just do that for the drills that I have in my tray until I had a selection of good drills to pick from. And then once I have that, I can start diamond painting. And I know that I'm only going to be using good drills because I've picked out all of the ones that look like they're not great. Like this one right here looks a little bit too big, so I would pick it out. And then if you want, you can give it a little shake, see if the rest of them will slide down or not. And even though they're not all sliding down, these don't look like they're too big to me. So there may just be something, you know, that I can't see in the tray or whatever. Now, for round drills, mostly what you're going to find is ones that are too big, too small. They might have some excess on the edges. They might be broken, or they might be just kind of weird pieces of plastic that haven't been formed into anything. That's mostly what you're going to see as far as trash for round drills. Square drills are a little bit different. So let me zoom out here. So one other thing that you can do, in addition to doing it on the light pad, is that you can hold it up to angled light. Most of these drills look pretty good, so I don't see anything here. But if you hold it up to kind of an oblique light source so that light is coming from one direction or the other, or, you know, just kind of tilt your tray all around, you can sometimes spot imperfections that you can't really see from underneath. So, you know, just kind of look at your drills from all angles to see if you have anything that you think might be trash. Okay, so that's round drills and how I look for trash in round drills. Let me get all of these back in the container. And then I will, after I make a mess, I will show you how to look for trash drills with square drills. Okay. Get all these back in the bag before I make a big mess again. And you can do this with any color. I just picked black because, again, black tends to be kind of the trashiest color because I guess when it's manufactured, it's hard for their quality assurance equipment to kind of quote unquote see the trash. So the darker the color, the harder it is for their equipment, apparently. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just kind of shaking it here to get all my drills kind of lined up in the grooves, and then I'm going to tilt it and shake it to the bottom. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit easier to see, and there's a lot more trash in here. So let me zoom you in again, and hopefully you can see that. Okay, so looking here, when they're all lined up, I can see I've got these ones like right here. You can see a tab hanging off to the side. So I know that I don't want to use that drill. So I'm going to pick that out. I can't use tweezers, you guys. I do this with a pen, but anyway. Okay, so you can see this one right here also has a tab off to the side. So I would pick that one out because I don't want to use that one either. And any of these where you see kind of a gap, it's because there's a little tab on the side. And because you're lighting it from underneath with your light board, it makes those tabs on the side a little bit easier to see. Because sometimes it can be confusing as to which drill is the one that has the tab. So I just figure I pick the one that I think is the one that has the issue. If I'm wrong, then I can always pick up the other one and throw it away too. I usually have more than enough drills that I'm not worried about it. So I'm just kind of picking all the ones here that have little tabs on them, and I'll show you the trash in just a minute. So, and again, if you do this with a clear or transparent tray, it's a little bit easier to see. So you can pick out all these ones that are kind of not great. See, this one right here has a tab on it. Some of these up here I can see have tabs on them. So once I've picked some of them out, then I will do the same thing. I will give it a shake, see if I can get the drills that are still in there to kind of fall down, and then I will do it again. Now, you can also lift up your tray so that you can see things a little bit better, because like with it sitting down, I can't see the tab, but when I tilt it that little bit, I can see that this one right here has a tab, and I can see that that one right there has a tab, and that one right there has a tab. So I definitely don't want to use those. That one has a tab. So again, you can, just because it is clear underneath, it kind of makes a little shadow where those little tabs are sticking out. So it's easier for you to see the drills that have the imperfections. And again, you can just give it a little shake, get them lined up in the rows, and then do it again. And I would just do this as many times as I need to in order to pick out all of those trash drills. So if you look at some of these drills that I have picked out, you can see, I hope, there's a tab on the edge of that one. There's a tab on the edge of that one. That one has a tab. Now, because these are fairly apparent, it's pretty easy to pick them out. You might be able to pick them out just with your naked eye. But some of them are so small, like the one on this particular drill. It's so small that if you weren't, you can't really see it with your naked eye. And you won't notice it until you go to place it on your canvas, and then suddenly the next drill won't sit flat because that one has an issue. So transparent tray, if you have one. Light pad, always helpful, because again, that just kind of illuminates it from underneath, so it makes those little tabs easier to see. And then again, once you have done it with the lighting from underneath, if you kind of put it under those oblique, at an angle from the side, top or bottom, or you can just do what I'm doing and just kind of move it around to all different angles and see if there are ones that you've missed or that maybe have imperfections or holes, or whatever the case may be as far as the drills go. There are a few that I can see, like this one right here. It's kind of not formed all the way at the edge. So while that one would probably work, it's not a perfect drill. Same thing with, where did it go? I thought I saw another one like that up here, but now I don't see it. So again, you just kind of give it a shake, get them to kind of go down to the bottom, and then just look through and see, which drills you have that have issues, pick them out and get them out of the way. Now, you can run into drills that, like I said, have holes in the bottom. See, that particular drill has a tab now that I'm looking at it. You guys, I cannot use my tweezers today. What is going on? Okay, I'm just going to stick to using my pen because my tweezers hate me today. So anyway, so you can find, all different kinds of issues. But if you, again, use those kind of different types of lighting from the bottom and then from the sides, however you need to do that, if you need to turn your tray around and rotate it so that you can pick out the problem drills, and then when you go to get started actually diamond painting, you're going to be able to just, do a whole section without having to worry about it because you've already gone through and picked out the drills that are going to give you issues. So yeah, that's it. And again, the darker colors tend to be the ones that have more issues. You know what? I'm going to just throw these in my trash while I'm thinking about it because I don't want to use them since I've already gone to all the trouble of picking them out. I'm sure I missed some, but so at least I've gotten rid of some of them. So yeah, That's just an easy way that you can kind of go through and pick out some of those troublesome drills. And like I said, you know, having the light source underneath makes it a lot easier. And you know, you may find that you do it 2 or 3 times before you feel like you've gotten all of them. And however makes you most comfortable. I generally pour the drills in. I pick out all the ones that I think are bad, and then I start diamond painting. I may come across some more bad ones that I've missed, but that's okay with me. I don't need to pull them all out. That may be different for you. Maybe you want to pull them out all at once. So maybe you want to pour everything out and just get rid of all of the trash before you even start diamond painting. That's a personal preference. You do whatever makes you most comfortable. I feel like I don't spend a ton of time picking out trash until I put it in my tray, because that's when I'm diamond painting. I don't want to spend, like, for instance, when I have a kit that has this much black, I'm not going to go through all of this black because odds are I'm not going to use all of this black. And so I don't want to waste a bunch of time going through and picking out those trash drills when I'm not even going to be using all of that particular color. So again, you do what you find most helpful, but hopefully that helped you understand a little bit how I pick out trash drills. And again, I picked black because it seems to be, the darker colors seem to be the ones that have the most trash, but all of that applies to any color that you do. That's one of the reasons for me that I don't particularly like dark colored trays. I have tried them. For me, it makes it way more difficult for my eyes to distinguish which drills are bad. And also, the darker the color, the harder it is to kind of get that light to shine up through. So I tend to stick with trays that are lighter colors and or these transparent ones. So yeah. As always, guys, if you found this video helpful and informative and you liked it, please don't forget to do all the things before you leave. Give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.